Good fucking morning, and welcome back to the Hangover series. I'm sitting in my bed right now, per usual, and I was like, I wish someone was awake right now. Like, I really need to debrief. And then I remembered I have the Hangover series, and this is who I'm supposed to be debriefing to. Who needs friends when you have a podcast, okay? Who needs friends when you have a podcast? Like, so true. Such a true statement of me to think. My phone is way too bright right now. Well, if anyone cares, we haven't found an apartment yet. There's like literally way too much happening with these apartments, and I don't know what's going on, but there's like just too much going on that I'm just like actually breaking out. Like, I literally have a pimple above my lip, and like, what the fuck? So I'm taking a break from apartment searching, and I'm just gonna be myself. This weekend was a lot of fun, but I feel like I need a weekend where I'm getting extremely drunk and so psychotic, and it is my friend's birthday next weekend, so I'm hoping that's like what the energy brings. We went to another restaurant this week on Friday night, and it was pretty fire. I'm kind of obsessed with these set menu thingies, and I wish that they did this like all year round. Like, a set menu is just iconic. It's just really nice to have that in a set price. Like, everything's perfect. The restaurant we went to this week had like a $25 cocktail pairing on top of the little set thing that you could do, so obviously we did that, and like, I enjoyed the cocktails. They got me feeling how I wanted to be feeling. That was basically it. And I like never want to go home. Like, personally, I don't really know what just going to dinner means. Like, just going to dinner, I've never done that. Like, what? I'm always like dinner and then like club, or dinner and then like bars. Like, I've never just like gone to dinner and just did dinner. So like, I was trying to be like really chill and be like, yeah, I know how to just do dinner. Like, yeah, see y'all later. But then me and my friend were in our Ubers home, and I'm like, I don't want to go home. I don't want to go home. I don't want to go home. And she's like, okay, we can get another drink. But then we like ended up walking her dog and like making a drink and walking. And then we just got into like some deep conversations per usual. So we just had drinks at her house, which honestly was delightful and perfect and exactly what I needed, because I was going to a day drinking birthday party the next day at like 1 p.m. and that was also really fun, and we did that. But guys, I ended up going to the Federales place, which is the place where you take the tequila shot and then you chuck it at the wall. I didn't make it on the bell. Like, you're supposed to like hit the bell, but I didn't hit the bell, but I did hit the wall. And that was a good time, and now I'm kind of like determined to hit the bell one day. So I told my friends when they're here for St. Patrick's Day, like, we have to go there and hit the bell, because there were also so many cute men in there. Like, I didn't realize how many people go out and day drink, but I've decided that I need to be day drinking more often, and on Saturdays at Federales. That's where I'm gonna be for the next like every day of my week. That's where I'm going to be every Saturday for the rest of my life, from like 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. So if you ever need me, I'm probably there. Just kidding, but like also not kidding. Like, if anyone was like, ooh, like I'm down for that, like hit me up, because I'm actually down for that. There were like a lot of cutie patooties in there, lots of cute men. They have this like weird shot thing that I'm going to try to describe, but I'm probably going to describe it terribly. But they have like this ice sculpture, and then there's two like tubes running out of the sides, and then they like pour the shot in there, and then you drink it out of the tube. And I told some man, like, you should do that, and then he's like, you should go first. And then he like ordered a shot for me to do it, and I'm like, wait, that like looks so unsanitary. Like, you literally put your mouth on this tube, and they had like cleaning wipes, but still, like, what does a cleaning wipe really do? I feel like that needs to be in the dishwasher for 24 hours. And yeah, so tube thing, I'm scared. I don't know. I didn't do it because it just like looked really spooky. It's kind of like a beer bong, but like for a shot in an ice sculpture, if that makes any sense. But that man did it. He was really hot, but he didn't ask for my number, and I don't ask for men's numbers. Like, they should be asking for mine. So that ship is gone. Maybe we'll see him again if he's like the love of my life, but he's probably not. Like, for all we know, he also has a girlfriend, since apparently every man I've ever thought hot is taken. But that's like kind of it. I just like stayed in last night, even though I didn't want to. I had actions to be crazy. Like, after day drinking, when you're not like super fucked up, but you're like the perfect amount of drunk, like you can go get more drinks. That's how I was feeling. Like, I was like, I want to go get more drinks. Like, I just want to keep going out till the sun comes up. But nobody else wanted to do that. Everybody wanted to go home. Am I making any sense right now? So my friend gave this man my phone number that she matched with on Hinge, that I think she thought we would make a cute couple. And he texted me, and I was like, wait, like, can we get drinks right now? Because that's what I was in the mood for. Like, I wasn't in the mood to like plan a date in a week. I was in the mood to get a drink with a person like right then and there, because no one else wanted to do that. But he wasn't down. He actually said he was eating like an egg sandwich for dinner, which I feel like so many guys eat egg sandwiches for dinner. Like, why is that so common? Like, I feel like any man, you're like, what'd you eat for dinner? Or what are you cooking up? Or what do you like to eat? And they're always like, eggs and steak and rice. And you're like, what? Like, I asked what you're eating for dinner, and they're like, eggs and steak and rice. Like, why is that all men eat? And then I'm always like, do you add sauce? Like, do you eat that with sauce? And they're like, no. Salt and pepper. Eggs, steak, rice, and salt and pepper. It's so boring. I don't even think that's allowed to be considered cooking. Eggs, steak, and rice, like, they're acting like that's their only option. What about some mashed potatoes? What about, I don't know, I'm just like, I don't eat eggs at night. I would only eat eggs for breakfast. And I'm not really into the breakfast for dinner. Like, maybe I will be one day, but like, I've never done that. And whenever a man says they made eggs for dinner, I'm like, I guess like protein? I don't know. Someone should explain that to me. I like need to learn more about sports, because I think someone said they were watching like a Kentucky game. And I was like, oh, the Kentucky Derby. I know that the Kentucky Derby is about horses, but still, like, whenever I hear the word Kentucky, I'm just like, Kentucky Derby. Like, nothing else really processes besides Kentucky Derby. And then I also just assumed he meant he was watching football, but I guess football's over, so he was watching basketball. Like, how am I supposed to know that information? I do want to go to a hockey game, though. I'm, like, into hockey. I've been to one hockey game, like literally one hockey game, and I remember that I was really into it because it's like they're on ice skates, which is so like elegant and like woo, but then they're like so aggressively fighting each other. I feel like hockey players like get into fight and they're like ooh, and they're like throwing each other into things, while like they're also like playing soccer but with like a stick, trying to get into a goal. And there's just so much going on, and it's, like, really beautiful, because I'm just like, wait, they could be, like, like, they are an ice skater, but they could be, like, woo, you know? I ice skated when I was really little. I'm not, like, a professional athlete, but I did do it when I was, like, really little, and I remember that thing that comes out and cleans the ice, like, the Zamboni. That I'd feel like it's not called the Zamboni, but if it's called the Zamboni, that's lit. But whatever that thing is called that's giving Zamboni vibes, but whatever that is, I remember I was really scared of it, and I think I like shortly quit after that, because I was just like, I don't know what this machine is. But they would just start bringing the cleaner icer thing out. There's just a man riding this giant machine, and then they're just expecting you to fastly like skate off. Like, hold on, let me process my thoughts right now, and I'm not that fast. So I remember like my sister would always help me get off because I was so scared. So I think I like was so scared of that thing that I'd quit ice skating. I was like, I'm not built for this shit. No one has also gone ice skating with me. I feel like so many people are haters of ice skating. I've been learning, they're like, you know what, I don't want to go. And I'm like, what? Like, I didn't realize this many people hated ice skating. I feel like ice skating is so cool. It's so lit. And why will nobody go ice skating with me here? I don't really want to go by myself. I feel like that's not an activity that I should be doing alone, considering like I'm scared of the ice cleaner. Not that they would have that here, but I just feel like that's not an activity I can go do by myself because I'm not like that good at it. Like I do still need to hold on to the wall for a second until I get comfortable. But it's also an activity that apparently nobody else wants to do. So I might just have to wait like 5 years to go ice skating here.
Fat, juicy, and wet. I don't even gangbang. What did Bruno Mars put in this song? I didn't know that he was like this. To my knowledge, Bruno Mars was like married for like 20 years. Did anyone know that? I'm pretty sure he's been married to like his high school sweetheart for 20 years. But this song, I didn't even know that was a real song. I thought it was like, I don't know if meme songs are a thing, but I thought that song was a meme song. And then I was like, holy shit, this is Bruno Mars? What happened to Grenade? What happened to He Should Have Bought You Flowers? Like, never mind. There's a new Bruno unlocked. Did him and his wife break up? I don't know how that shit works, but that song is just like on repeat. And I actually listened to the entire song because I was like, what is this? And at first I wasn't obsessed with it, but now I'm like, it might be one of those songs where it like takes 3 listens and then you're like, you know what? Fat, juicy, and wet. Yeah. And you're just like singing it, and then you're like in public singing it, and you're like, wait, I shouldn't be in public singing this. Like, I'm not, associated with that, but I am, because the tune. I am so pumped right now. My neighbors moved out, and they honestly were one of the biggest problems in my life because they were so obnoxious. And so now that no one lives there at the moment, I feel like I'm allowed to be obnoxious, and it's really great. I sometimes would like whisper speaking to you guys because I didn't want to annoy them, because I'm pretty sure they knew like obviously every detail of my life because the walls here are so thin. So I was trying to be respectful of them, but now that they're out, I can do this. And it doesn't even matter. No one heard that. No one lives next door at the moment. There have been a lot of people touring it, but yeah, I'm also really confused because I thought that 3 people lived in the apartment next to me, but then today I learned it was a studio, but maybe 3 people were living in a studio. Not my biz, not my monk. I'm not really sure, but I was home today and I told my apartment that I am not renewing because they asked, and I was like, not really wanting to tell them at first. I was going to wait until the very last day to tell them because I didn't want people like coming in here and touring it while I'm like working. But they asked, so then I just told. And then today I was working and I get a little knockety knock on the door, and I ignored it. And then I got another knock. So then I was like, who the fuck is here? So then I went over to the door, and it's like whoever does that stuff and a person. And I'm like, what's going on? So then I opened the door and he's like, did you turn in your keys? And I'm like, it is like February 2nd. Like, no, I am living here until like the middle of March. No, I didn't turn in my keys. And he's like, oh, well, we have like a set of your keys, so I just like thought you moved out. And I'm like, what? No. Then he's like, okay, well, I guess we can't look at this apartment, to the girl. And I'm like, hey, well, this is really fucking awkward. So I'm like, oh, you can like totally come in here. Like, I don't care. Like, thank God I'm clothed right now. Sometimes I am not clothed. I don't know. But I don't know why I said that, because I wouldn't have opened the door not clothed. Like, no one be alarmed. Anyway, then, I took things into my own hand. She like came in. I'm like, sorry, don't mind me. I'm doing laundry. And then she's like, oh my God, are you working right now? I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Like, just do your thing. Look around. Whatever. I even let her climb up to my bed. I'm like, get on up there. Like, go see what's up there. Go see where you're going to be sleeping. If it's a queen size bed, I'm giving her all the fun facts about this place. I hope she lives here. She told me she has a lot of plants, so they would look beautiful in here. And the windows. I'm like, yeah, wait. She was hyping the apartment up, and I'm like, wait, I really like my apartment too, and I'm going to be sad to leave it, but it's time to leave it. It's time to depart. Today's episode, I wanted to talk about Valentine's Day, because Valentine's Day is next week, and I need us singles to fucking unite. Singles, rise up. If you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, sorry, but this episode's really not for you. Just kidding. You can listen anyways, because maybe this will make you want to break up with your significant other. I don't know. But let's discuss what it's like to be single on Valentine's Day. I don't think I had a boyfriend on Valentine's Day. Guys, I think sometimes I have memory loss, specifically when it comes to relationships with men, because like I can remember the bad parts, but it's like really difficult for me to remember the good parts. I think because I've had so many bad parts in relationships that it's just really easy to remember those. And then the good times, I'm like, what happened? That was good. Did anything good come from that relationship? I don't even know if I've ever had a boyfriend on Valentine's Day. I feel like I have. I know, like, you know, at least probably one. But most of the Valentine's Day I've been single. This year I wanted to do something special for all my single family members and all my single friends. I feel like getting into your 20s and in this age range, it can be maybe a little bit lonelier than other times. You know, in high school and in college and all those years when you were single on Valentine's Day, it was more common for everybody to be single, and so it was more fun. You know, there's Valentine's Day, there's blacking out days, there's anything, and it's like more people are single. But as we step into our 20s, a lot of more people are in serious relationships, married, engaged, whatever else comes with relationships. There's a lot more of them, a lot of relationships developing. And, you know, for all I know, for all you know, for all we know, you could be the only single person in your entire friend group, which can be a little bit defeating. To see all these people that you know, like in happy relationships and going out to dinner for Valentine's Day and getting flowers and getting the gifts and all the things that come with it. And it can be kind of saddening to be like, wow, everybody is in love in my friend group. Everybody loves each other and I am single. Let's look at the pros of this situation though. You get to save money this Valentine's Day. You didn't have to buy anybody a gift if you're single. Did not have to purchase any gift for anybody. You don't have to go out of your way to make anyone feel special. You don't have to buy a cute little red outfit. You don't have to make dinner plans. You don't have to do anything. So at least that's off your shoulder. You're not buying a gift. You're not having expectations for how you want your Valentine's Day to go and then it's getting ruined. None of that is happening. So as much fun as it is to celebrate Valentine's Day with a significant other, I think it's also really fun that we didn't have to spend any money on a significant other and we just get to be in the comfort of ourselves. Okay? So you saved money this year and fucking cheers to that. I also think it's important to celebrate being single, as I say all the time. Like, I think being single and being by yourself is such an important time in life that needs to be celebrated and it doesn't need to be looked down upon. Being single and like being able to treat yourself is all you need in the world. And this year, I wanted to do something special because I have a lot of family members that are single, as well as a lot of friends that are single, as well as myself being single. A lot of people that are going through like breakups and situationships ending and all the different things. And so as tough as it can be, I think there's little things that you can do to make people still feel seen and still feel loved this Valentine's Day. Because I think, you know, Valentine's Day can be looked at as like a silly little holiday to some people, but also I'm sure there's so many people out there that see Valentine's Day as like a really special day and a day where they're feeling lonely and sad and scrolling through Instagram being like, okay, why does everybody have a boyfriend and I don't? Which we're probably going to find out like so many people have boyfriends and girlfriends that we didn't know about. And like, would you really want to be in that situation of hard launching your relationship on Valentine's Day of a man you've been dating for a year? Like, no. Yeah, you're going to see a bunch of people that have boyfriends and girlfriends, but it's totally fine. So something that I did this year is I got these cute little Valentine's Day cards. They all have different little sayings on them. There's one about a cactus. There's one about a unicorn, like just cute little Valentine's Day cards. And then I got some heart-shaped suckers and a little bit of confetti-shaped hearts to go into the letters. And I wrote a couple of my family members and friends, just a little happy Valentine's Day card with a little saying, whatever I wanted to say to them. And then I put a little sucker and a little bit of confetti in there because I needed something messy, you know, like a card's a card, but I wanted them to open it and get shit everywhere because I need them to like have some sort of reaction. You know, it needs to be not just your average card. It needs to be better than that. So I put a little bit of confetti. If you're listening to this and you open the card and you're like, fuck you, I'm sorry. But that was a fun little thing that I saw online to do this year because I was watching a TikTok and this girl was talking about how many people, and like specifically she was talking about how many old people there are that probably haven't celebrated a Valentine's Day, or like the people in the nursing homes, like that's loved ones or a significant other have like passed away. Like imagine the last time that they got a Valentine's Day card. And I was thinking about that and I was like, holy shit, like that's really, really sad. And sending a card to me is just like so simple and so easy to do, yet receiving a card feels so amazing. And it's just like a handwritten note goes so far and makes someone feel so special that, as I've said before, like I love receiving a card and I keep like every card everyone's given me and they're just like out shown to me and I read them when I'm sad. So I just think the importance of like sending someone a card, even though it's such a small, simple gesture, like it can really just make someone's day and make them feel really special. And after I saw that TikTok, I was thinking about my grandpa and I was like, holy shinoli, like when's the last time my grandpa got a Valentine's Day card? I need to do this for my single peeps because they deserve it, and it's okay to be single, and you can still send your single friends Valentine's Day cards. Because like, remember when we were in elementary school and Valentine's Day would come around and then you'd put the little cards with the little candies? Like, why don't we still do that as adults? Let's bring it back. Yeah, I just saw that video and I was like, wait, that's so freaking sad that like, I don't know when the last time they got a Valentine's Day card was, or when they celebrated Valentine's Day last, you know, because they probably celebrated Valentine's Day with their significant other for like so many years and now they're just not celebrating it with anyone. So give your single friends a little bit of love this Valentine's Day and make them feel special because they deserve it. There's so many ways to celebrate Valentine's Day alone, and thankfully Valentine's Day is on a Friday this year, so as single people can go black out and nobody's there to judge us. You know, hopefully if you go to like a dive bar or a dance bar or whatever kind of bar you're going to on Valentine's Day, just know that I'm assume like most of the people in there are single. So it's actually a perfect day to go looking for a significant other if that's what you want, because everybody that's blacking out of the bars is most likely single. So there's an easy way to go get a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever you want. There's the perfect way to do it. Just go to the bar on Valentine's Day. But it's honestly a perfect day for recruiting your next situationship or man or woman or whatever you want. It's kind of the perfect day to go out considering it's on a Friday this year. So us single people need to go at the bar and take over the bar so that in case any couples come to the bar, we can boo them and we can kick them out, because the bars are for single people and single people only this Valentine's Day. They can go to their dinner and they can go watch a movie and they can go home. But the bars are for us single bitches this Valentine's Day, okay? If you have a relationship, you're not allowed at the bar. My friend also texted me that there's something happening at a club specifically for the girls on Valentine's Day. So, like, I could be doing that. I was going to recommend going on a solo date on Valentine's Day, but I'm going to be honest, I'm not someone that would have the courage to do that. I think that would actually make it worse. I did tell one of my friends, like, will you have fun on your date on Valentine's Day? I'm going on a solo date. And I quickly took all of those words back because that would be so amazing of someone to do, but I just don't think I could do that because I think I'd be like feeling really uncomfortable. But honestly, that would be like a good way to make people feel bad for you, and someone would probably end up buying your dinner. Can you imagine going to a restaurant on Valentine's Day by yourself and sitting there and like everyone in there is with a significant other and then everyone's looking at your table like, holy shit, did she get stood up? Is she alone? Did her boyfriend just break up with her? Did her boyfriend ditch her? Like, you could make up so many different scenarios, and so many people would be talking about you in the restaurant probably because you're alone on Valentine's Day specifically, like not any other day, but specifically Valentine's Day. And then I'm sure some like nice couple across the room would like start feeling so bad for you and like send you a bottle of wine, and then end up like paying for your dinner. Okay, shit, maybe I should go on a solo date on Valentine's Day just to get a free bottle of wine and dinner. Was this like kind of smart of me, or was this not smart of me to think of? Well, anyways, I'm thinking it was kind of smart, but I just don't think I would have the courage to do that. Any other day, I really do want to force myself to like go on a solo dinner date specifically. I feel like I could do lunch. I feel like I could do breakfast, but like dinner, I feel like that is more of a challenge, because lunch, the restaurants are a little bit more chill. Breakfast is breakfast, and dinner, it's like the restaurant's a little bit more pop, locking, and dropping. So I do want to make myself go on a solo date eventually this year. I just don't think Valentine's Day will be the correct day for me, considering I would have to chug an entire bottle of wine before I got to the restaurant. And then like if someone ended up buying the bottle of wine for me, you know, like, oh, she's drunk, leaving the bar, and then like someone would be like, oh my god, did you get stood up? And then I'd like make up a whole story, or I'd be like, no, I'm doing a solo date, and they'd be like, you're a psychopath. So won't be doing that, but someone should do it so that we can know what the fuck's up with solo dates on Valentine's Day. I also think a self-care night would be really nice on Valentine's Day. You could get yourself flowers, a face mask, a foot mask, that's a thing, a massager, all the different things. You could book yourself a massage. You could go buy your favorite movie, order takeout, sit down and relax by yourself. You get to order all your favorite foods, watch your favorite show. It's delightful. I think being single is something that people need to appreciate more. I know there's a lot of people that do appreciate it, but I feel like there's a lot of people that don't appreciate it. And I hear a lot of people sometimes say like that their family members are like, when are you bringing a boyfriend home? Or like, when's the lucky winner coming home? Thankfully, my family does not do that to me, but I cannot imagine being in a family that does, because I think that not everybody is looking for a person, and not everyone wants to get married, and I think that's completely okay. I don't think everything needs to be on a timeline anymore. I know like people sometimes have these timelines and they're like, if I'm not married by 27 years old, like my life is over. And I don't think we need to put things on a timeline. I think we need to just let things happen as they happen. And I don't think everyone needs to get married, because I don't think that's everyone's end goal. I think some people's end goals and life goals and goals in general are to like get a boyfriend and get married and do all that fun stuff. But I think there's also other people that is not their goal, and their goal is just to be happy. And if a lucky person comes into their life, that's fantastic. But if not, like, that's also fantastic. So I think a lot of time we just are putting pressure on people too much. And I think when you put pressure on people to want to be in a relationship and to bring home the lucky winner, which like, what the fuck, who the fuck is saying that? But bring home the lucky person, like, it's like, I don't even want to bring someone home, because there's just a little too much pressure going on here that it's like scary. And then like if they don't like the person that you bring home, then you're like, okay, shit. So I just found a random person off the streets to bring home so everybody could shut the fuck up, and you guys don't even like them. So it's okay. I think it's fun to be single. I think it's good to be single. I think being single means you're living your life for yourself, and I don't think there's any rush to get in a relationship. Like, you could be 90 years old and still be single, and like you could still find your person, maybe, possibly. It might be a little bit harder when you're 90, but definitely capable. Do you think 90-year-olds are on dating apps? Like, what do you think the oldest person on a dating app is? How do we find out? Is that something I can Google? I don't trust Google these days anymore. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. Like, I'll be on Google and then I'm like, It reminds me of like Wikipedia. Remember in like middle school when you would use Wikipedia to like look up facts, and then they'd be like, you can never trust Wikipedia. And I never believed them. I'm like, why could I not trust Wikipedia? And they'd be like, anyone can write on there. And every time they would say that, I'm like, wait, how do I write on here? Like, how do I make up what Jimmy Fallon did for work when he was 19 years old? Like, how do I go into Wikipedia and edit that and be like, Jimmy Fallon's first job was at Bank of America? Like, I don't know. That was a really random thought. But, like, if Wikipedia is so fake, why is it so real? Like, I feel like we were supposed to be scared of Wikipedia, and I just was not scared of Wikipedia. Like, I trusted it. And I feel like I did decently good on my papers and research things, like, when using Wikipedia. So, why am I going on a tangent about Wikipedia? I don't know. Why would I not trust Google? I also don't know. Something that I need to do in 2025 is I want to do the splits on a bar really badly. Like, why don't people do that more often? I want to get on top of a bar and just do the splits and have everyone be like, yay, you know? Like, I feel like more people need to be doing the splits on top of bars. Ever since my friend and I jumped into the splits that one night, like, I can't stop thinking about doing them. Like, everywhere I am for some reason now, I'm just like, I could do the splits there, I could do the splits there, I could do the splits there. When I'm in an Uber, I'm like, I could do the splits here. Like, you know, I'm just always thinking about the splits ever since that one night. So maybe this weekend when I'm out and about, I'll grow some liquid courage and I'll ask if I can do the splits on the bar. I feel like I'm definitely going to get told no. I feel like that's not something people are going to say yes to. Like, I feel like it's something you just have to do, and you have to be willing to get kicked out of the bar to do it. Would they kick you out of the bar for doing the splits on top of the bar? Like, I feel like that's not a problem, but if the bar is busy, that might be a problem. I don't know. I really want to go to the Hangy Uppy, and it's a bar here that's open, I think, till like 4 or 5 in the morning. I feel like I went there a lot when I first moved here, and I haven't been back in forever, but I have some, well, I have like half memories there, because every time I go, I like actually can't, I like don't even know what it looks like inside, which, you know, might be a little bit concerning. Like, you're like, oh, how many times have you been there? Like, oh, multiple times, but like, I don't know what it looks like inside. I know that sounds really spooky, but it's where you go, I feel like, when you're at that level of like, I'm probably not going to remember this. And yeah, I feel like that's all I have to say. I always get this bar, like the inside in my brain, like the inside of this bar mixed with the inside of another bar. There's this one bar here that's also open really late, and the bathrooms in it are just like so weird, and they're really short stalls, and they have like these weird doors that you open up, and like I always think those are at this bar, but I don't think they're at this bar. I'm getting the heebie-jeebies, but I think we're gonna go there this weekend, and I'm trying to get us a table at some bar. Like, I'm not really the best at doing this, but I DM'd. They have like promoters, like, you know, when you go to Las Vegas and there's promoters, I guess they have those here. And so I DM'd a couple, and I'm like, can I come to this bar like for free, bottle service for free? And they're like, send me all your friends' Instagrams. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, I can do that, but like, can I just come to the club like for free? Like, where are the men providing? We need men that provide. We need men that provide but aren't weird. Is that an option? I feel like every time I've gone to the club where there's like a table and like men invite you to their table, like it's like, hey, free drinks, but then it's like, ooh, did they drug these free drinks? You know, you always have to second guess everything because they're always like a little bit weird. So hopefully this weekend, if we get in, the vibes are up, the men are up. Do we want the men up? I think we want just normal men and good music, you know? That's what we need. It's the last week of restaurant week. We're going to a sushi restaurant. I'm pumped. And guys, I think I'm like getting really drowsy. Like, I'm like, ooh, in my brain right now. Like, it's like, ooh, you're gonna fall asleep. And I'm like, oh, I'm podcasting. Okay, well, I'm gonna eat a beef brisket. I made a beef brisket. Or did I make a pulled pork? What's the fucking difference between beef brisket and pulled pork? Obviously one's beef, obviously one's pork. But like, is there a difference other than that? I'm like a little bit lost on that. I'm going to go eat one of those things. I think it's beef brisket, but now I'm like, maybe it's pulled pork. But enough about beef, enough about pork, enough about everything I just said. I'll catch you guys next week.